The Junkanoo Health and Wellness Series theme, Rush Out, Don't Stroke Out, aims to enhance awareness and share knowledge from healthcare professionals and Junkanoo performers. We are joined by our good friend, Nurse Joanna Bethel Chambers, and she is here to speak to us and help us recognize medical emergencies. Good morning and welcome to Hours at Sunrise.
Good morning and thanks for having me again.
Again, right?
Yes,
We
yes.
love having you here.
Yes,
So it's that time of year, it's Junkanoo. Most people see Junkanoo as a party, a celebration. Not very many people see Junkanoo as a workout. It's a really physically strenuous exercise and activity. So as a nurse, why is this conversation important as we enter the Junkanoo season?
Well, for the Ministry of Health and Wellness, we started on a mission to ensure that our Junkanooers, especially our performers, have been in a good state of health or a fair state of health as best as possible before the parades actually start. So we have a health screening team that goes in and checks out our performers. They get their blood pressures done, cholesterol, HB, and glucose. And as well as if there's any referrals that are needed to a medical physician, that will also be done at the same time. Stroke is the #2 leading cause of death as it stands now in the Bahamas. So we have seen before the nasty effects of bad health or sudden death on our parades actually happening before our eyes. We've had it in the past. We're trying to really reduce the risk, even though you already have a high risk, because Junkanooers, those who are performing in particular, I will keep harping on, they work hard. They go to the shacks from weeks in advance, months in advance to the parades. That means they've already been exerted, they've already exerted all of their energies basically. So by the time parade day comes, they're running on almost zero, but they still have to forge through so that they could win.
Right.
So once you're going through a high elevated or fast-paced performance, you're going to have elevated blood pressure, which puts an extreme risk of strain on the heart, and then dehydration sets in. Those combined factors can lead to stroke. Stroke is the lack of oxygen and nutrient supply to portions of the brain. Once that happens, that brain shuts down, that portion of the brain shuts down, that's when you have the stroke.
Right. So we talk about the build up to Junkanoo, that feeling depleted, you're tired. What are some of the other practices that probably add to the risk of having a medical emergency on
It's several. It's several. One of them in particular is, I hate to harp on it, but our age group. So we have a lot of our veterans in the Junkanoo groups that's performers, and they are phenomenal to be able to be out there. I can barely keep up with them. I don't think I can keep up with them. The only thing I do when it comes to a rush out is rush to Bay Street to watch the rush out.
Rush the stomach.
I always wanted to rush, but I don't think I have the capacity to do so. But they do it. So age is one, and two, genetics, background, medical histories, obesity, bad health practices like alcoholism and smoking, and definitely lack of rest, stress can increase your risk as well.
Definitely stress. What about those of us, and I'm going to say us because I probably was guilty of it rushing once or twice before. But before the parade, we have a special brew. We can mix this, we can mix that, and then at halftime when you're ready for the next stop, you can drink something else. So what about some of these energy drinks, caffeine, alcohol, all the different mixes that are supposed to give us the extra boost?
You're really not going to like me. You're really not going to like me now.
Work, man. That's what I need that.
I did say you were working on zero before the parade, correct?
Right.
So yeah, you need the little caffeine, that little extra boost to keep it going. However, what you're doing is you're putting yourself at more risk for a crash. And when I say crash, that's not just a stroke. That's also a heart attack. Persons who have epilepsy or seizures can have a seizure event while on the parade. You carrying those heavy equipment, you dancing, you moving. Yeah, you feel like that's a workout in itself, but really what your body is doing is in overdrive. So basically I would say, I don't recommend those energy drinks before. I know you're going to do it anyway, but just know that you're putting yourself at excessive risk and increased risk even before the parade.
Yeah, man, that little Guinness and Monster, and
know.
the little honey pocket.
I
Pow!
know.
I'm ready.
But look at what alcohol alone does to the body on a regular basis. So imagine when your body is in overdrive.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So I do recommend that you don't. Hydration, my favorite. H2O, water.
Yeah.
Water, water, water. Everybody said, oh, you pronounce water so great the last time. Like, water, okay? Yeah, water. You have water with nutrients, supplements in it that you can also use. Yeah. And check out some of our natural, juices and brews that you can use that can also create energy. I mean, the Chinese are big on ginseng, right? So I don't know if that works for persons a little bit better than caffeine itself, but it is a herbal supplement that may be a little bit more supportive than caffeine.
Yeah, drink some coconut water, man. Drink
coconut water,
some strong black tea.
The best.
All right.
Put those Guinness down a little bit.
So for those who are on the parade, they're having a good time. Who's looking out for signs and symptoms of medical distress? Is there a medical team from the Ministry of Health? There's a team, Public Hospital Authority as well as Department of Public Health. We have EMS services ready and available. And with the new facilities at the Princess Margaret Hospital, we should be able to accommodate you quite comfortably. I do know also that it's recommended that you have a friend or family member that may be watching the parade. Alert them if you are even feeling unwell before the parade. If you're not feeling your best, the lack of coordination, slow movement, slurred speech, difficulty in moving your arms and legs, that numbness feeling, that's not just muscle aches. Sometimes you actually know that there's something wrong, but you forge through. That actually is the unhealthy thing to do because you know something is wrong. Those migraine headaches, ladies, you're on a menstrual cycle, your HB is low. These are things that we don't consider. Asthmatics who already have respiratory issues. You go out there, you're blowing those trumpets and trombones, and I mean, you really blowing, okay? Those lungs got capacity out of this world. But still, it puts a strain on the system. Keep an inhaler, your rescue inhaler is close by, or let someone hold it for you. So in the event you feel a little winded, you can go and take your little 2 puffs, take a moment, take a rest, and get back into the parade. Have a replacement if you can. Somebody ready to jump in and replace you. But those are some of the basic tips that you can do and follow, and try to get some rest before the parade. Try to get some rest. Oh, they coming straight up to bathe, the glue still on their finger, the glitter in their eye, and they ready to rush.
I know. That's why I can't do it.
You're right.
I can't do it, yeah. The other me will do it, wherever she is, but that's not this one.
And for those who might be rushing alongside their fellow junkanooers, what should they be looking out for if they're next to somebody and they may be looking out for possibilities of a medical emergency? Yeah,
when you see your colleague, your colleague is usually going fast paced, or you see them a little bit slower. You see them shaking their head like they trying to get their bearings together. They feel like, or they may say to you, look here. Like their eyes just saying it all. I just ain't feeling it. Or one of your dancers, for example, they may lack a move, they may miss a step that they never would have missed before. Sometimes you keep missing these little mistakes, and they've been happening right in front of our eyes, and those are signs that something is going wrong. So if someone should collapse even in front of you, this is why I preach to everyone, do basic life support classes. CPR classes can save lives. Minutes, seconds count. You get that person as flat as you can. If you see them in a stroke-like condition, I guess, or if you see them seizing, it's best to lay them flat. Get as many persons from around them, clutter-free. Get them to a safe, quiet space where nobody can trample on them. Crowds are going to be wanting to see. We like to see what's going on. We nosy. So we're going to get persons to call EMS or call one of the emergency persons that are on station to come and attend to that person. Until then, you just make sure you keep them as calm as possible. If you know CPR, start your chest compressions and your breaths.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
For those who may be looking for more information from the ministry, where can they find more information? And what do you have to say to the junkanooers and all of the Bahamians and guests who are going to be flooding the streets this junkanoo season?
I am grateful for the Ministry of Health and Wellness as well as the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture joining forces together to prevent situations like this happening at such a prestigious event. We waited all year. And I will tell you, this kind of topic has not really been so addressed in the past as much as I have thought that I've seen talks about this before. It's not to put a damper on the parade, but it's to increase awareness. So for the Ministry of Health and Wellness webpage and the Department of Public Health Bahamas webpage, you can find information as well as our Facebook page. And definitely, I would say to recommend to everyone, enjoy your parade to the fullest. I sure will, but I'll also be on high alert just in case you need me.
Yeah. Ready. You be wearing your junkanoo costume.
And I see I got to be flexible. I can't wear them things if I get low. I'll have to take yours. But I have to be flexible.
I
So
know.
Unfortunately, I can't be decorated.
That's okay. We can
Yes.
put a headpiece on you, right?
Yeah, at least something.
But we appreciate you, all of your colleagues, all the work you guys are doing, all the ministries, keeping us safe, keeping us informed so we can enjoy this Junkanoo season.
Yes.
And look forward to seeing you on Bay. A very uneventful night, just Junkanoo, no emergencies, right?
Yes, yeah, we're going to be great.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
See you on Bay.
Yay.
Put down the energy drinks, pick up some coconut water. We'll see y'all on Bay. We'll be right back.